Good evening, football fans. Welcome to another episode of the Blitz. I am your host, Big C. You know the co-host, Mike Jones.
Well, actually, sir, that's Michael Jones. Anyway, what's happening, brother? Welcome to episode 46 of the Blitz. Happy for you guys to join us on Divisional Round Pick'em Friday. We're going to have a wonderful day. As always, links over in the chat. Join us. Give us your opinion. Give us your conversation. We don't really care. Stop by. Say hi. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? Hey, man.
What up, football fans?
Thank
Welcome to
you.
another episode of the Blitz.
Thank
I am your host, Big C, and you know the co-host, Mike Jones.
Yeah, buddy. What's good, brother? Happy to be here, episode 46 of the Blitz. We are in the divisional round. We are another step closer to Super Bowl weekend. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Remember, the link is in the chat. You want to jump in, say hi, give us your opinion. The link is there. Click on it. Come in, say hi. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. I'm excited to see how your I don't know if I'd call it a dungeon or the Bat Cave is gonna come out. I'm pretty excited about that. You know, you gonna have some 50 Shades of Grey stuff in there, or
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Nice little swinger.
oh, you're a swinger.
No, swing.
Oh,
Not a
oh,
swing,
okay,
swing.
my bad.
Although if the wife wants to bring a midget home, I'm down.
you gonna steal one Saturday?
We're gonna stay off these midgets though. We're not gonna talk about midgets today.
Yeah, let's refrain from stuff that could get us blacklisted.
Tonight, I want to hear in the comments playoff predictions. It is Pick'em Friday. Who does everyone have? You're gonna hear from me and Mike, but who do you guys got? Who's your favorite this weekend? Man, playoff football, it's really upon us now. I mean, you get the wild card weekend and a couple stragglers get in, teams that they just barely make the playoffs. They don't really have any business being there. But they get in, the NFL has a certain amount of teams they let in, and not all are contenders. I feel like everyone that's left now has a legitimate shot to go and win the Super Bowl. So this is when it gets serious. It's when it gets really good, and with the best of the best come out and show what they got, and it's exciting. It's super exciting. Before we get into the games, the Tennessee Titans have hired their new GM. So one GM job is crossed off. Titans have decided to go with Mike Bongringer or something like from the Kansas City Chiefs. He's assistant GM. Plucking him out, that's a good move. You want to grab people from winning franchises. They obviously know what they're doing, have been taught. He hasn't ran the show in Kansas City, but you've gotten to learn behind a general manager who has drafted a franchise quarterback, who has re-signed that franchise quarterback, and who has built a dynasty behind this quarterback. So I think it's a good move on the Tennessee Titans part. They got the first pick in the draft. I'm guessing they're going to go quarterback. I mean, Will Levis, I think we can all agree, isn't the answer. I think he's going to be a fine backup quarterback, but I don't think he's the quarterback to take you to the promised land. So I believe that the Tennessee Titans select a quarterback in the draft, whether that's Shedeur Sanders, whether that's Cam Ward, whether they surprise us and draft someone that isn't at the top of our list, maybe a Jackson Dart. I mean, I can't really see anybody else besides those three.
Right.
And then a lot depends on this Dallas Cowboys and Deion Sanders thing. daily it picks up steam. I guess there's a $10 million buyout from the University of Colorado. So they're mentioning that now. Conversations continue between Dion and Dallas. And what's that mean for the draft and Shador Sanders? Because I don't believe that Dion comes back or comes to the NFL and coaches without the expectation that he's going to be coaching his son.
No.
So I don't know. I heard something about maybe Dak Prescott getting traded to Cleveland and this and that, but I still don't. They're going to have to come off that number 12 pick. So what would the trade package look like? Cleveland gets Dak Prescott and the number 12 for what's Cleveland got? The number 3 pick? 2 pick?
Tennessee, Cleveland. Yeah, 2.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure Tennessee likes Cam Ward over Shador. So,
yep.
I mean, there wouldn't have to be no Shador saying, I don't want to play here, or Dion saying, my son's not playing there. They would just be able to select him. So, we shall see. We shall see. But let's get into these games, bro. Let's get into these games.
Yeah. I feel it. I feel it.
And potatoes.
I feel it. Where you want to start, brother? Where you want to start?
Oh, let's start with Saturday's games. What are Saturday's games?
Okay, we can either do Houston, KC, or we can do Washington, Detroit.
We'll go in order. So it's Houston and KC. So news is Joe Mixon might not play. He's dealing with an injury. These Kansas City Chiefs are looking to three-peat. Kansas City probably this year has looked the least impressive that I've seen them look in years. I mean, and that's crazy to say about a team that went 15-1.
Right.
But they won so many close games.
They had the
kicks off the uprights, you know what I mean? Block field goals.
Yep.
All, you know what I mean? All types of ways that they've won that they probably should have lost.
Yep.
And they just haven't. I don't think there's a time this year that I looked at the Kansas City Chiefs and been like, yeah, they're going to three-peat.
Right.
Besides my inner faith in Kansas City is going to turn it on when it came playoff time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My faith in how great Patrick Mahomes is, how great Andy Reid is, and how great they have been in years prior. But other than that, this team hasn't impressed me this year. The Houston Texans have been a disappointment also.
Yep.
I haven't been impressed with them. I thought for sure they were getting eliminated last week, and then they turned it on and beat the brakes off the Chargers.
Yep.
But I without Joe Mixon, I don't think this team stands a chance against the Chiefs. Like I said, I believe this Kansas City Chiefs team, they've been a part of so many big games. The regular season just doesn't do it for them anymore. They yearn and they hunger for this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our first opportunity to see what this Chiefs team is really about. The 2024 Chiefs are really about. And if Joe Mixon doesn't play, they don't stand a shot. I don't think they have a chance.
No. Like last week, I wanted to pick Houston over the Chargers just because of that secondary I was reading about and being number 2, and they come in and they did exactly what I was reading about, what we talked about, and I was shocked. But to do that, to be that aggressive and have it work out for you 2 weeks in a row, it's a tough thing to follow up, especially when you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. You're right. Playoff time, they have like another level. You got to have that confidence in Patrick. He just finds a way to win. They come off all that rest. So, I mean, what do you have, like 3 weeks or something like that? So,
yeah,
it's hard for me to sit here and pick the Texans this week. I mean, I'd like to, because I don't have the faith that I had in KC the previous year. So, it's tough. there's just been too many close games, too many what I call luck games at the end, and things that have went their way, and
So pick them.
it just makes me feel like it really
So-
makes me.
So pick the Texans.
You're just trying to catch back up to me, boy.
I just want you to follow your heart, brother.
All right. You want me to pick? I'm going to pick. All right. I'm going to take the Texans.
You're serious?
I'm dead serious.
Another one for the good guys. You're absolutely crazy. This Kansas City Chiefs team is not losing. They're definitely not losing to a team that is going to be absent Joe Mixon. I got the Chiefs 24-17.
24-17. I didn't give you a score, so I'll go 17-24.
What?
I said I didn't give a score, so I'll go the opposite. I'll go Texans 17-24.
Okay.
Whatever. Don't judge me.
Yeah, I think this Kansas City Chiefs team is just, I mean, they're built for this. This is what they play the year for. They whether it's the coaching staff, whether it's the quarterback, whether it's the skill players, this team is this is the time of year. This is the time of year. And you got that home field advantage. They're not at home this week. They're not in the dome. They gotta go up KC. It's probably chilly up in KC, baby. It's probably a little cold up there. Better bring your hand warmers.
Whatever.
And then we have Washington at the Detroit Lions. Detroit is a heavy favorite, 9.5-point favorites. Man, Washington impressed me last week. They went in, they beat Baker and the Bucs. Jane Daniels, I can't say enough good things about the kid. Definitely going to be the rookie of the year. I think they're over their head this week, though, man. Like, this Detroit Lions team, all the way from last year, to be honest, they should have probably went to the Super Bowl last year.
Mm-hmm.
Some coaching mistakes by Dan Campbell by being a little too aggressive cost them last year. I think he keeps his foot on the gas this year. But I think he learned his lesson when there's a time to do something and a time not to. You can't be ultra aggressive all the time. But this offense is high powered. It's go, 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 go. Both their offensive coordinators are looking to become head coaches this offseason. We'll see what that does to the Detroit Lions next year, but their coaching staff is top notch. David Montgomery is supposed to make his full return this week, which is a big add-on for them.
Yep.
Initially, they thought he was going to be done for the year. So pairing him back up with Gibbs gives you that two-headed monster. St. Brown is phenomenal. Laporta's phenomenal. Williams, their deep threat's been great. Just someone else, and there's other people that step up all the time and have big games for these guys. And they play as a team. They're not overly concerned with stats. They just want to go out there and win. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think this offense is just gonna. You can't make any mistakes. You can't go out there and punt because Detroit's gonna put more points on the board. So you got to play the perfect game. I don't know if Jane Daniels is that far along in his career where he can go out there and match them on the road in the playoffs. I got Detroit, and I think Washington keeps it close at first, but then I think Detroit pulls away, and I got Detroit 35-20.
35-20.
Yeah, I think they just become too much and they just keep scoring and the Commanders get overwhelmed.
Okay. I got Detroit 34-24. I agree. Jaden Daniels excellent season, phenomenal, like way more than I was expecting. He started falling off there towards the end, like we've talked about, and then he started picking it up again. He looks really good. Excited to see him next year, but yeah, I just don't know if he has that experience or umph right now for what he's about to come up against. So that's pretty much where I stand on that. I've been on Detroit's side of the ball pretty well for this last half of the season, so I'm going to stick myself there. But he had a good year. It was enjoyable.
Detroit's got too many ways to beat you. They just don't have the weapons to match up. Next year, though, they are gonna fully be able to build. That's why I'm so eager to break down this team and talk about their free agent possibilities, their draft possibilities, because I really think that they're gonna put a super team around Jaden Daniels, and that's the advantage these teams that find their franchise quarterback in the draft and he comes out playing the way Jaden Daniels does, is that you can use all that cap space that other teams are using to pay their quarterback $60 million a year to put stars around your quarterback. And that's your prime area to go out there and chase Super Bowls.
Yep.
That's why people were so confident in the Texans this year, because CJ Stroud, he had that great rookie year. They had the extra money, so they went and got Joe Mixon. They went and got Stephon Diggs. But both those players are probably not playing this weekend. Therefore,
no help.
The Chiefs are still the superior team.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, looks like the two number one seeds get to move on one more week.
One more.
So the championship games will be held in Kansas City and Detroit. Then we got the Sunday. We got the Rams at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 6.5 favorites. Are the Eagles? Did I say the Eagles are 6.5 favorites, or did I say the Rams? The Eagles are 6.5 favorites. I was leaning towards possibly going with the Rams. I really was, and then I really started thinking about the weather. And it's different playing in cold weather. It's just different. And I would say the Rams are more of a finesse team. They're built on speed, on route running, on passing game. And that doesn't overly transfer to cold weather. I mean, your cleats don't stick as good. Your muscles ain't as loose. You know what I mean? It's just
right. Everything's just a little harder.
People don't want to get hit in that cold weather. It hurts. Whether you're doing the hitting or getting hit, it hurts. Yeah. And I just think Philadelphia is more built for it. I think Saquon Barkley's on a mission. He hasn't cared about any individual achievements this year. It's all about the team, and I don't think he's done. He has this bigger mission in mind. He's been absolutely fantastic. It seems like every week 100 yards is just a given. It seems like that's the minimum for Saquon weekly. Oh, he's gonna at least give you 100.
Yeah.
And then you add in Jalen Hurts' ability on the ground. They do got stud receivers, Smith and AJ Brown. You got a beast of a tight end, and then you got a hard hitting defense led by Vic Fangio. Because it's going to be cold, because there's the forecast of snow. I gotta go with the Eagles in this one. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say this one gets out of hand a little bit too. Matthew Stafford doesn't have a good record in cold games throughout his career. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 35 to 20.
Wow, nice. 35.
Led by Saquon. I think Saquon has another monster game.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say about Saquon? Yeah, he's doing good. He's pretty all right. Don't mind watching him play. It's all right. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Still pisses me off though. Cost me a little bit of money, so. Uh, yeah, I agree. I just don't impressed with what the Rams did last week, but this Philadelphia team's on a different level. It's definitely one of the games I want to watch. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say about this game. I'm just gonna pick Philly.
That leads us into possibly the game of the year. MVP versus MV wannabe.
MB wannabe.
You got the
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens traveling to the Buffalo to take on those pesky Buffalo Bills who've never won anything in their whole damn lives. The Ravens are favored in this game of 1.5. Again, another cold game. I think by kickoff, the wind chill is supposed to be like -8, -7. Another game where you just don't want to get hit or tackle people. I mean, if you go around the board, everybody wants to say that Josh Allen should be MVP because Lamar Jackson has the better team. Well, if Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen cancel each other out, if we can agree that they cancel each other out because they're both great players, that they're both at the top of the list for MVPs, the Ravens beat the Bills then, right? Is there any other way to look at that?
I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean,
if the Buffalo Bills fans are sitting there saying that Josh Allen deserves MVP because the Ravens got a more talented team, then how do you not come to the conclusion that if Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson cancel each other out, how the Ravens don't beat the Bills this weekend?
right. I agree. To me, the Ravens just have so much firepower that Buffalo doesn't. And I don't care if you're Superman Josh Allen, there's only so much you can do. And I just I worry. You talk about Derrick Henry. He's just a monster, and it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be a cold one. Like, you do not want to get hit. I don't care, and he's gonna take full advantage of that. He's gonna take full advantage of that. You're gonna come up on him, try to crack him. He's gonna stiff arm the shit out of you, or he's gonna hurt you, run you over. It don't matter. So I just don't see how I've watched a few shows today, and all of them are like almost all of them are picking the Bills. Like, it's mind blowing to me. So, yeah, this is the game I really want to watch. This is the game I'm very interested in, but I got the Ravens in this 34-27. So I don't know. I've seen, like I said, 3 or 4 different shows, and a lot of the people are picking the Bills, and I just don't understand it. I haven't figured that out yet, because he might be Superman of football right now, but we'll see.
Well, if Josh Allen's Superman, what does that make Lamar Jackson? Because his stats are better.
He's about to be his kryptonite.
I just people kill me with that. His stats are better. And maybe it's because Josh Allen is they got this fixation, this love affair with Josh Allen. He's the pretty boy face, one of the main faces of the NFL. I mean, you don't really think of Lamar Jackson as one of the faces of the NFL. I mean, everybody, you consider him one of the league's best players. Mm-hmm. But if you think of faces of the NFL, you don't really think of Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You think of Josh Allen. You think of Pat Mahomes. Who else can you throw in there? Maybe a Christian McCaffrey. You just don't see Lamar Jackson.
Right.
He's not this all-American boy. I mean, he's not very social. I don't know other way to explain it. But
he's about business.
If Lamar Jackson is strictly, if he is about if his stats are better than Josh Allen's, if Josh Allen's Superman, what does that make Lamar Jackson? Now the Buffalo Bills get they get to play at home. Yep. Is that an advantage? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it is. I think it is. I mean, them fans, your atmosphere, it gets you pumped up. You know what I mean?
Right.
The trying to hear plays and the fans are screaming and making so much noise that you can't hear yourself think. I mean, I think it's definitely an advantage. But at the end of the day, they're playing football, and these players at this point in their careers are used to dealing with stuff like that. Lamar Jackson's played in enough big games. Now, Josh Allen has been the better playoff quarterback throughout his career. And he's got the lone victory over Lamar Jackson in the playoffs back in 2020. So I mean, but this isn't 2020. This isn't the same Lamar Jackson.
Mm-mm.
And that Baltimore Ravens team didn't have Derrick Henry. And in that game that Josh Allen beat Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson left that game early with a concussion. So let's hold our horses on giving him full credit for that.
Right.
I just think that Buffalo, at the beginning of the season, everybody thought Buffalo was going to take a step back because they lost a lot of talented players. Were they older? Yes, they were older. Looking back on it now, Buffalo probably made the right choice with a lot of those players, like Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, releasing them. They were past their prime. Jordan Poyer was done. He was absolutely trash for us in Miami. So they made the right move with a lot of those players. But everybody thought that they were going to take a step back because who was Josh Allen going to throw the ball to? Who was going to be their big defensive player? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've played great this year. But now it's time that they're really going to match up against teams that are built different. You don't get to play the Miami Dolphins right now. You don't get to play the New York Jets right now. You don't get to beat up on the weaker teams in the NFL right now.
Yep.
This isn't the Denver Broncos that you beat last week with a rookie quarterback. And yeah, Denver has a good defense, but that defense kept you under wraps for a good portion of that game.
Right.
They kept the game close. If you keep the game, if the game's that close, if your offense performs like it did last week against the Baltimore Ravens this week, you're going to be getting blown out. Lamar Jackson's hungry. Lamar Jackson wants to eat. Josh Allen, he's got other stuff going on in his life too. He just got engaged. You know what I mean? I believe this is Lamar Jackson's life right now.
Yep.
I believe this dude eats, sleeps, breathes football right now, and all he cares about is winning that championship. And I think that gives him that edge. Derrick Henry's over 30 years old. He hasn't had a lot of playoff success. He's ready. He knows this is one of his final opportunities to go out and get himself a ring.
Yep.
And I think that having more weapons, that means Lamar Jackson can do less and still win. If they slow Josh Allen down, they're in trouble. They're in big, big trouble.
Yeah.
And I gotta go with the Ravens. The Ravens.
That's how the Ravens have always been, though. Like, they're just so physical, and now you got the big back. You got a guy who can run 80-yard touchdowns on you, or he can pass 80-yard touchdowns. It's just I can't sit here and say, oh, Josh Allen's got this and he can do that. Yeah, he can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but when you talk about the Ravens, you find it hard not to talk about the things that work for them. Even if Flowers is out this week, which I think he's doubtful, all he did was he had the other two receivers pick up for him, like Bateman and Justice Hill, right? They each had a touchdown. So,
well, I seen on other shows they're making such a big deal about Flowers being out. They're like, well, that means our number one corner gets to go their number two receiver, which I like that. I like that matchup. And then our number two corner gets to go to their number three receiver, which I really like that matchup. Okay, what about the great tight ends that they got? You know what I
right.
mean? They got great tight ends. Isaiah Likely is a beast. Mark Andrews been one of the best tight ends in the league. And Buffalo's got good tight ends too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but
yeah, just the attention they have to pay on Lamar and Derrick Henry alone is going to ease some of that pressure. You can't get too nilly-willy with it. Otherwise, Lamar's running or Henry's running. So, they could say all they want about matchups wide receiver wise. We all know that this Ravens team is about the rushing yards. You all know it's about pounding it, making you tired, wearing you down, and they can do that. And then when they do that, then they're going to come up over top. So, yeah, I don't even want to say there's a wide receiver matchup because, like I said, Flowers wasn't in last week, and all he did was he hit the open guys, and they both got touchdowns, and Lamar got the job done. And I agree. I don't think he's playing. I think he's just hungry. I think more players on the Ravens are hungry right now.
Well, the colder that it gets, it puts a damper on the passing game anyway. I mean, if it's -8, I don't care if you're wearing gloves or not. Your fingers are going to be frozen. Catching that football is going to feel like catching a brick. It's just, you know what I mean? Getting hit, going out for a route. You know what I mean? This Baltimore Ravens have big, strong safeties. I mean, they got big physical linebackers. Baltimore's known as a hard hitting team.
Yep.
They're known for that. You know what I mean? So you go into this cold weather game. We haven't even discussed being -8 degrees, and you got Uncle Jamie had stopped over when we were doing the room yesterday, and he was like, the difference between Josh Allen and obviously a Bills fan. I told you that most of my family is Bills fans. The difference between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson tries to run around you. Josh Allen will run over you. Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
They got Derrick Henry.
Exactly. He can run. They can run around you and through you.
I said these exact words to him. I said he's 6'2", 250 pounds, and runs 20 miles an hour.
He'd get a ticket in a school zone.
Yeah, that's what I said. You get a ticket in the school zone, bro. You get a speeding ticket.
You just got hit by the short bus, bro.
Tell me it's -8. Picture yourself in -8 degrees like this, and a tractor trailer's coming at you, full speed, beeping at you. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
You're gonna be a victim. That's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be a victim.
And you're not gonna hit him. You're not gonna try to hit him as hard, which is gonna be a mistake because Henry's just gonna stiff arm you, or he's gonna plow over your ass.
Yeah, man. I just
can't believe all these Bills fans think that this is good for them because I don't see this ending any other way than the Ravens winning. And if the Bills win, I will come on the next show and I will say, I am sorry, Bills fans. You were right, blah, blah, blah. But I just don't see that happening. I really don't. So,
I mean, if the Bills come out and win this game, which they're capable of doing, don't get me wrong. They're capable of doing it. I have the winner of this game favored to win next week's game.
Yeah.
Unless Kansas City just shows me that they're the Kansas City of old, you know what I mean? But from what they showed me in the regular season right now, I'd go with the Ravens or the Bills over them. And the winner of this game has a great opportunity to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Who do you guys got? In the chat, let us know what's your scores, your predictions. Who's gonna be in the championship games?
Who's picked the Bills? Who has picked the Bills?
Do you think the Buffalo Bills have a shot against the Ravens, or do you think the Ravens have a shot at Buffalo? What is your opinion? You know where we stand. Let's pick some scores for this game. I'm gonna say it's gonna be close. I'm gonna go 24-21 Baltimore.
Okay, I went 34-27 Ravens.
Whew, it's a lot of points in that cold weather, brother.
It is, but I just
cold just thinking about it. Woo!
It is, but I believe the Ravens, they're not going to let up regardless. They're not the Eagles and Saquon. They're not going to sit down on the 30-yard line. They're going. I think they're just full bore. Like I think they got something to prove. I think Jackson wants to go in and embarrass Josh Allen. I really do, and I just got this Ravens team. I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, like I had said on prior episodes, Lamar Jackson's a different cat. He doesn't care about that camaraderie that a lot of other players in the NFL do. You don't see Lamar Jackson out there asking for people's jerseys or
coming out with like fresh hairstyles. Dude comes out, his hair is just wild. Like he don't
looking
even
like
care.
the Predator, bro.
Yeah, he don't even care. He's like
he ain't gonna win no beauty contest, that's for sure. But man, that boy can play football. Lamar Jackson can play football, and everybody owes him some kind of apology because at some point or another, I think for the most part, we've all said he's just a glorified running back, and he's absolutely proved that he is so much more than that. His passing's improved over the years. He's just he's a weapon.
Yep.
You don't have to label him as a quarterback or a running back. He's the ultimate weapon, and man, I think he's destined. I think this might be the Ravens' year, and this Ravens team is going to be very difficult to beat. Not to mention, the Ravens did beat the Buffalo Bills earlier this year.
Yep. I'm just this is why this game is so excuse me, I'm sorry. That's why this game gets me so excited, is not only because just the matchup alone, but the fact that they're both trying to win MVP. Like it just, I don't know, it intensifies it for me in my head, because we've been talking about Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson for the whole second half of the season, literally. So it literally, this game is coming down to the two MVP candidates that really have the shot at winning, and plus whoever wins and loses, you're going home or you're going on. So I'm pumped to see this. I really am.
Well, at one point in the season, maybe around week 12, I think we all thought that it was a foregone conclusion that Josh had won the award.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had that 3-3 game, the 6 touchdown game.
Yep.
Where he had 3 passing, 3 rushing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all had just handed it over. Like, all right, that's the final straw. Like he's going to take it home. But Lamar Jackson just kept plucking away with impressive performance and after impressive performance.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Allen was still playing great football, but it just seemed like every week Lamar was just outdoing him a little bit. And
yep,
I think he did come back and steal it. I mean, numbers don't lie. People lie. Other things lie. Numbers don't.
Dead dogs lie.
Yeah, numbers are the truth. They're 100%. I don't know what other things lie.
maybe it's old dogs lie. I said dead dogs lie. Actually, sorry, animal lovers. I love animals too. I think I just got that confused.
My wife gets so upset when them commercials come out with the.
Oh man, the dogs chained up. Yeah,
she's my wife. I love her to death, but she's such a crazy person.
She's such a crazy person.
She likes animals more than she likes people.
Yeah,
by far. Like if the animal show comes on, the commercial, the poor dogs and stuff. Turn it, hurry!
Turn it, hurry! I can't.
If there's sick kids on, it don't bother. You know? But let there be some sick animals.
Oh my god, I can't with you.
Or someone's sick in the hospital dying or something. I mean, she won't. You know, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily that she doesn't feel bad or anything, but God forbid there's a stray cat on the street, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Walking around with a broken leg or something.
we gotta feed it. She's talking about building a sanctuary for homeless cats in the backyard. I said, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
We will not be building no condos for the cats in the backyard for stray cats so they can
Yeah.
shit and piss all over our shit.
All the city cats.
Yeah, like, what?
You wouldn't have no mice or anything around, though.
I'd rather have mice.
I'd rather have mice.
Man, come on.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Man, I'm super stoked. This is the problem with having an hour-long show and only a couple games. I'm super stoked to break down the divisions this offseason, to break down the draft, break down free agency, break down the salary cap. I'm super stoked to get into it. Like I had said, I'll have my my bat cave ready here before, I'm guessing Monday, by Monday show, hopefully. And I just got so much content planned for the Finn Posse podcast, and it's gonna spill over to the Blitz, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna have so much more time to spend doing what I love to do and putting shows together. So just, man, the content is gonna be fabulous.
It's gonna be fabulous.
Fabulous.
I will be putting out more Giants content over on Gridiron Giants podcast. So look for that too. I am also looking to upgrade some stuff. So within the next couple months, we shall see progress.
Progress is essential. You keep moving forward till you get where you want to be. Also, we're trying to figure out a way to get some gear made, some official Game Changers gear, Finn Posse gear, Gridiron Giants gear, and just Giants, Dolphins gear in general.
Yeah.
If you got any great ideas for shirts, hats, certain sayings, certain things you'd like to see on some gear, let us know. Give us some ideas. But we're gonna have some dope shit coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. That shit will be nice. It'll be nice.
Thanks for kicking it with us on the Blitz. We're out now. Just kidding.
Also, I'll be on with TD and the gang Tuesday for an episode of the AFC East Roundtables Dolphins channel. And I'm expecting to hear from Doug here soon. Gonna collab with him. Gonna do some more work with Shake Money. Obviously, CBA3 is my boy. We've been talking about doing a dolphin show together, maybe a weekly dolphin show together. So that should be dope. Also going to try to get a hold of Miss Finns, do some work with her. We've reached out to Tom Grassi. He's a busy guy, though, you know.
Yeah, busy
guy. He probably gets a lot of emails from a lot of different people. So hopefully he finds ours someday. Also, hopeful to have some former Dolphins on. We're gonna reach out to some former players of each NFL team. I'm sure Mike's gonna eventually reach out to some former Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he doesn't know that yet, but we're gonna.
We're gonna.
Yeah. We have plans, so hopefully attend some training camps this season. So that should be great. Hopefully we're monetized by then. So we got a lot of big things planned. It's not going to stop when football's over. Believe that. We're going to keep dishing the content. You're going to get the news you need to hear when you need to hear it from us.
Yeah. Possibility of different shows. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Regular talk show.
Yeah, we're gonna give our. We've been discussing because every once in a while we get off off topic and start going into spiels about certain things. So me and Mikey are planning on getting together and doing just a show on stuff, topics that matter, topics that don't matter, just topics.
Hot topics, people stopping in, just having discussions with people, finding out like just everyday life stuff, everything that we deal with in the world. Try not to get it too political though, but just have a good time. That's what I want to do. I can talk all day.
Yeah, we should name it like, believe it or not, your shit does stink.
What? Believe it or not. Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. That's a popular saying. My shit don't stink.
I don't know how that reflects into the talk show.
Because I mean, people have opinions about stuff, and then we talk about it. So
that's true. I get that. Okay, whatever.
I mean, I just came up with it 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna do that. I don't think we're gonna do that, people. I'm not. We're gonna have to take that to the vote. We're gonna have to go to the board.
Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it close. Cut it a little bit early tonight.
You don't even know what you're cutting. You're cutting the cheese.
Also, we're gonna maybe try doing some live streams together of the games.
Yep.
So make sure you check us out. Like I said, starting next week, definitely check Thin Posse Podcast. I'm gonna hit you with a time that I'm gonna be Monday through Friday, hitting you with the shows, with the info on mock drafts, free agency, salary cap, team needs, wish lists, go over our schedule, and definitely going to go over the divisions and talk about each team and where I see them possibly finishing and who I think is going to improve the most over the offseason. And it's going to continue the spiral as free agency comes, as the draft comes. So keep tuned, stay tuned, keep watch for the content. It's coming. And we appreciate you. We love you. Any final words, Mikey?
Just my normal. Thanks for kicking it with us on the Blitz. We will see you on Monday, or if we do a watch party, we'll see you this weekend. But that's other than that. This is for the Blitz. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your football this weekend, and always remember, if you stop in, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. We get so many views, and then there's only like 1 or 2 thumbs. Like, come on, we deserve it. I think maybe I'm wrong. Whatever, but hit the like button.
All right, folks. Don't drink and drive far. We'll see you later. Fins up. Peace.
Nice.